name is Echo, and welcome to your February 2025 tarot reading. We started off this month with a new moon in Aquarius. Aquarius is the forward-thinking, futuristic sign. So when you were setting intentions this month, I hope you were thinking about what is to come, as we often do, and stepping outside of the box, outside of your comfort zone even. The full moon from that energy is going to come to fruition tomorrow. I am late on these tarot readings for February. I do apologize. It's been a crazy start to the year and a crazy February. But that full moon energy is going to be tomorrow in Leo, which is a very creative sign, very leadership sign that kind of calls us to the apex of our power. So I hope you are putting in the effort because that full moon is going to bring about what it is you are working toward. The Mars retrograde is going to be with us until February 23rd. At that time, until that time, Mars is the planet of action and aggression. So it may have a little bit of communication breakdown, a little bit of off-putting. The things that, I guess, where we would otherwise get along with others may feel a little bit more aggressive. This may impact you just so far as in your home space or where you are every day, such as work. But this will change on the 23rd as it goes direct. So be ready for that action when things start to come to fruition. Without further ado, Leo, I'd like to go ahead and get started with your reading with a rune oracle card. You start off with Tiwaz. Tiwaz is all about what is just and what is right. So Tiwaz points toward the story of Tyr. Tyr was the god who put his hand in the wolf Fenrir's mouth. Fenrir was the large wolf of the underworld, Loki's child, and he was becoming too big and too dangerous to be around. So the gods decided that they needed to bind Fenrir. At that point, as a show of good faith, to put the chain around Fenrir, Tyr, the god of justice, came and put his hand into Fenrir's mouth as a show of good faith. When he did, the wolf bit down, and he is now the one-handed god, henceforth known. So I'm not saying that you need to go putting your hands in any animal's mouths for a sign of good faith here, Leo, but we are going to be doing this full moon in your sign. So maybe do be sure you're putting forth effort that will bring what it is you want about. Really invest in yourself, because I get the vibe that you are already onto that and you do just want what's right for you. You're not really willing to settle for less. So let's just continue with this reading with an animal spirit oracle card. Next, you have the skunk spirit, know your worth. Yep, that's just what we were talking about. You only want what is right for you, Leo, because you want things to be just, to be fair. If you're going to create, you really need to have a solid ground to create from, and you really need to be able to stand in your power without anything or anyone kind of throwing hiccups at you. So if something does seem a little bit off-putting, a little bit out, a little bit stinky like the skunk, just know that you are worthy of whatever it is you're working toward, and anybody who tells you different can just go fly a kite, because you don't need that energy, right? This is your full moon, Leo. Let's move into something very creative. Know that you are worthy of what it is you're trying to create. The Butterfly Oracle deck says courage, and the Leo is nothing if not courageous. So I just want you to step forward with that courage and with that inner knowing, and don't be afraid if you need to stand your ground and tell somebody, hey, no, that's not right. Because sometimes there are people who enter our sphere who are just out for their greatest good rather than, devil may care attitude about whatever it is you're working toward. They may even go so far as to step on your toes to get what it is they want. So don't be afraid to tell people no. Don't be afraid to share your voice. Have courage at this point. And if you feel like somebody may come at you and create issues, don't cower from that. Stand firm, stand your ground, and create what it is you're looking to create. And blockades will be moved from your path, either by your own efforts in standing your ground and telling it like it is, or spirit removing blockades for you. Next, you have the Magi. Okay, so you're very capable of moving blocks at this point, Leo. You are creative energy. You're very courageous, as a Magi would be, but a Magi is also very wise. So you're not going forward willy-nilly, and you're not just kind of spitballing, throwing things at the wall and see what sticks in the month of February. You are standing in your power, and you are absolutely the kind of person who's going to say, hey, this is what I want, this is how it is, and I'm going to get it, and because I deserve it. But just know that the Tiwaz card is here, the card of justice. So what you put out, you will get back. Be sure that you're not stepping on any toes and you're not acting in a way that's unfair to avoid drawing the energy back to you, because what you put out is what you get back. Next, you have trust. So you will need to trust not only in yourself at this time and your own capability, Leo, but in the people in your sphere who genuinely are in your corner. We do get a little bit of imposter syndrome from time to time when we're not really sure we're worthy of what we're doing, or that we should be doing what we are. We're kind of trying to find our calling and find our place. But that also means we can't really look at everybody around us with side eye and brush everybody away, right? If someone has been tried and true, I'm just getting this like this is for someone specifically. If someone has been tried and true and in your corner, Leo, it's going to shine through when you need them most this month, just like any other time. Just, be wary of the people who are shady and stick to your guns with the people who are tried and true. Have faith in them and trust. And also trust in yourself that you're not just being gullible, right? Because I mean, when we've got a lot to lose, when we've got a lot to gain, there's a lot on the line riding either way. Sometimes we can be a little wary. Am I taking the right step, and second guess ourselves? So just have faith, have courage, and go forward with trust, okay? Both in yourself and in those who always support you. Your energy in this reading begins with the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is all about heartache and a bit of despair, okay? In other tarot decks, it will be a heart, and typically the swords are penetrating the heart to indicate heartache. In this card, it is very much the gentleman on his knees with the three swords in his back and at the folly of whatever axe is ready to come down on his head. But the symbol beneath him is Dagas. Dagas talks about the balance of for every night there is a day. So while you may be feeling down and out right now, you may be a little doubtful, you may be a little concerned, don't worry about it because you are going to create something beautiful from the energy you're in. I'm almost getting the vibe like I'm seeing almost like when you plant a seed in the ground, everyone talks about how in winter that seed is sleeping and to everyone else it appears dead. But secretly, underneath the soil, it is beginning to stir and it is beginning to plant those roots that are going to allow it to spring up and to grow into that big, beautiful tree. Okay, so if you're feeling a little down and out right now, Leo, just sit with that, understand what got you there and how you can pull yourself out of it, okay? Because you don't want to get there again, right? What's crossing you is the Tower. Yikes. So the Tower indicates that something needs to come down so we can rebuild again, okay? You may be in a position right now where you are looking to level the playing field, change the way things are done, either for yourself or in the spectrum and everything around you. Just whoosh, wipe the slate clean so you can start fresh, right? So in the tower, the two people jumping from the flaming tower have a choice. They can either stay in that burning tower and for sure burn and die, or take the risk and jump and perhaps survive the fall with just injuries. If you don't take the risks and level things out to create solid ground, you're not going to have a solid ground to build on, okay? So sometimes even the best laid efforts, we do have to scrap projects to start new. We may find that we've been outmoded in a place where we were once comfortable, made irrelevant, made redundant. I'm just going to grab those cards. And this is no fault of yours, Leo. Sometimes, and I thoroughly believe, we just outgrow our environment. Spirit recognizes that, so it takes us out so we can find where we do belong and where we will be happier. So just trust that tower feeling that's crossing you right now. If you feel it's time to cut things, situations, people, or places out of your life, don't be afraid to do that because that is what's going to allow you to lay those new foundations. At your base, you have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is a card of choice. You're very much considering what choices are on offer to you right now. Do I stay? Do I go? Should I take this job? This job, that job? Should I try this hobby, that hobby? I better spending time more with this people or with those people? Staying in a decisive energy is good for as long as you have the comfort to do it. But when things become a little uncomfortable, like in that tower, you got to take the leap. So right now you're considering whatever cups are on offer to you, Leo. You want to know that you're acting for your highest good for sure and move forward with confidence and courage. Every cup that's being offered to you, just so you know, may not be for you. So if something genuinely feels like it rubs you the wrong way and doesn't really strike a chord with you, feel free to leave that cup, push it aside, and accept offers, new people, and new areas in life, new positions, maybe at work, new environments. Maybe you're changing where it is you live. Accept what does vibe with you because you shouldn't have to settle. Next to you, you have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups talks about a friendly, compassionate energy. You are going forward for your best good, but not just for you. Uh, so you can create the highest good for you and the people around you. You're very much looking for your tribe. And a lot of us are at this time right now, Leo. A lot of people are just looking for your tribe. But the energy you put out there is what you're going to get back. She has this dolphin in the background. And the dolphin is a very intelligent, social, very friendly creature. So the fact that you have this card in your reading at all says you are looking to do things for the benefit of yourself and those around you as well. But if you keep an eye open and act with compassion, just know that there will be people who need your energy, who need you to be brave, not just for you, but for them. You're going to see those people as they arise. Crowning you, you have the sun. This is great. The sun is, in Norse mythology, the sun is being pulled across the sky in a chariot that is being chased down by the wolf, as is the moon. So you are bearing your own light and going forward and putting yourself out there in a very fiery, passionate way, because you do want to see the best outcome. The sun is a very bright, happy card. It is, to me, and there are no good or bad cards, but it is one of the most positive cards you could receive in the deck, in the tarot deck, any tarot deck, not just this one. So you are looking for your highest good, and you are looking to do it just for you, but not only for you, but for the people around you, okay? The immediate outcome of this energy is the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is a very intellectual knight. Swords are the energy of air, communication, and intellect. So you're going to be able to set things forward in a way that is very clear to other people. You may have to be a little bit direct with somebody. You may already have had to do so as the month began, and you're deciding this is the best way to get what it is you want and take all the guesswork out of things. You are looking for the greatest good, but it is going to require, and you already know this, you're probably already doing this, a very clear line of communication, which means speaking your truth, speaking your mind, constantly checking in with people. Just be sure that while you're doing that, you're also saving files, saving downloads, backtracking emails, things like that, because things do tend to go awry. And you wouldn't want to lose any super important documentation or part of communication that could make things flow better for you. The energy you are bringing to this reading is the Ace of Coins. Coins are a very earthy energy, things you can touch, things you can feel. So the Ace of Coins says that you are going to prosper in whatever it is you're working on. You are going to bring things about in a very real way that all will be able to see, okay? The shield sits up here beside the rock on the mountain. Under the clear sky shining down. The sun is glinting down. Now, if there is nobody in the area around the shield, they are still going to see it from afar as the light glints down onto the shield, okay? It is going to shine in a lot of the way that like ancient mirrors would. They would use the polished metal, usually brass, and position it with the light to use it to reflect. And this is how they would light areas back in the day, but that's more so like a Egyptian period. But I don't know who that's for. That just came to mind. So don't be afraid to see what it is you want through to the end to bring things to fruition. The fact that this card is here and the energy you're bringing to the reading tells me you've already decided what it is you want, and you're already, the target is locked on. We're ready to go. All right, Spirit is bringing you the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is all about striking a comfortable balance. And the rune on this card is Raido, which talks about the journey or the wheel to ride. So there is forward movement coming for you. Spirit says that there is going to be a new balance struck, which is great as you're knocking down the tower and wanting to start fresh. You are striking a new balance. This could be in relationships. This could be in your day-to-day, your job, where you live, how you live, maybe even the pattern of the way you do things every day. So you are striking a good balance, and you are going to have forward movement at this time. I love that this card's here for you. This is a great reassurance. In your position of hopes and fears, you have the Four of Cups. Now, in this card, there is generally a figure with something magnificent going on around him, and he's just kind of meh about it, okay? He's not entirely satisfied. The figure in this card leans carelessly against a tree when he's got these magical unicorns behind him. Like, he couldn't even be bothered that they're there, right? He wants more. This is whatever. Your position of hopes and fears, this tells me that you're fearful. You may be hoping for too much. Hearing rose-colored glasses. If we wander with rose-colored glasses, all we see is rosy. The world is wonderful and perfect, and I don't really get that vibe off you, but somewhere in your gut, you're afraid that maybe that's not the best approach because you're afraid you're going to miss something if you do. But the fact that that is already on your mind, Leo, means that you're very aware it is a possibility, so it's not going to happen. But you're very hopeful that the things that don't please you, that don't make you happy, you are going to be able to ignore them and just not really give them a care, not really pour too much into the situation and not let things knock you down. And that's great because that says right there, you're confident, you're courageous, and you're already deciding that you're not going to let anyone knock you off your pedestal and knock you down. You're just kind of doing you, but you're not willing to settle for less than what it is you desire. The overall outcome of this energy is the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a very fiery, passionate king. He is the guy who gets stuff done, okay? As he goes through the blazing embers, he has this bright sun at his back, ever at his back, lighting the path ahead. Next to him, he also has the symbol of the Web of Weird. The Web of Weird talks about how we are all connected. We're connected to all of the things and the people around us that share this existence with us, not just on the microcosmic scale, the people we deal with every day, but the people who are affected by our actions in a ripple effect further out, right? The friend of the friend of the friend, you could say. Because what we do does tend to echo out there. Energy cannot be destroyed. It only changes form. So whenever you speak words, other people are within earshot. They can hear them. They can think about them. They can form their own opinions. And it can impact their energy. But likewise, the actions that you are taking and the things you are creating can also benefit those around you. So while the community is very much present in your spread, this is a reminder that the good things you are doing, while you may have to be firm to get them done, be courageous and stick to your guns, it's not only for selfish gain. It is going to profit somebody around you at some point or another, okay? So I love this, Leo. This is fantastic. I want to continue with this reading. Excuse me, frog in my throat today. What perhaps would Leo not see coming in the month of February? What does Leo not see coming? We want to be prepared for anything. You have the Knight of Wands, more of that fiery, rushing in energy. So somebody may be coming in with a bit of a fiery action as well, almost to either rival your energy or match your energy, like trying to keep up with you. It may be another Leo. It may be another sign that is very passionate and very firm. So you may not see this person coming, but I don't really get the vibe that they're there to stop you. They're looking to match your energy, perhaps emulate you. They may be somebody who's very much like you. To me, this says there's an ally energy. There may be a some sort of resource that comes in just when you need it, in the perfect way you need it, or in the form that you weren't expecting it to come in. I don't know who that's for. It may be someone who is very much like-minded or very much interested in the same thing you are, not in a form of competition, but the two of you could collaborate together. So if you see somebody like that arise in your energetic sphere in your everyday, don't be afraid to have those conversations, because you do have the card of compassion and community here with the Queen of Cups. So do have those conversations, and you never know, bouncing ideas off of each other, you might find a new ally. You might find someone to help whatever cause or whatever project it is you are working toward. What blessings is my Leo capable of in the month of February? What blessings? You have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a very studious individual because they have learned lessons. They are willing to speak their truth and stand in their truth. So you have the blessing to stand your ground, like almost like nobody's going to challenge you. Now, there will be people who will, from time to time, okay, what do you mean by that? You know, they need clarification so they can understand. They may not necessarily understand you as a person or whatever your final vision is, but you're getting the blessing to be able to put that through very clearly and stand in your ground, even if a challenge does arise, but I'm really not seeing that for you. Remember that Mars energy is retrograde until it goes direct on the 23rd, I believe, in your sign. We might want to double check that, check your chart. But just know that there's nothing wrong with standing in your truth and speaking your truth and communicating openly. You're being blessed at this point. There's very little chance for people to misconstrue whatever it is you're saying. What advice Do you have for my Leo in the month of February? Last card. Let's see what we've got. What advice for my Leo? You have the Two of Cups. What did I say about an ally in a partnership? If you find somebody resonates with you in whatever it is you're working towards, Leo, do adhere to that energy. Reach out to them, talk to them. There's nothing wrong with new relationships and new companions, new partners in an endeavor. Don't forget that we do have February is the month of love. It is when Valentine's Day typically comes about. So if you have a really good friend or a love interest that is waiting in the wings, now might be the time to connect. Just meet up. It doesn't have to be anything serious. Could just be two friends going out for coffee, two friends just watching a movie, playing video games, something simple. Whatever it is you like to do, find that common ground, sit, talk, and you may be surprised at what comes from it. This could be your ally in whatever it is you're trying to create, or it could be what you are creating. It could be a relationship. So I love this reading for you, Leo. It looks like February is absolutely going to be fantastic for you. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading, and I look forward to seeing you next time. My name is Echo. Have a great February.